This is a Headgum podcast.
Now, before we get this show started, we just want to do a little bit of a plug.
Yeah.
This episode of XOXO Gossip Kings is brought to you by the TV I Say podcast, brought to you by
XOXO.
Brought to you by Athletic Greens, brought to you by Joy. But it's also brought to you by Patra's Sponges. Antibacterial Thai or Korean? What'd you say?
Korean yarn, but
Korean yarn.
She's Thai.
She's a Thai woman. She's a Thai. She's Thai and she's fly. And these sponges are made by none other than Rochelle's mom.
Yeah.
Patra.
You won't take my sponge.
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 They are beautiful. Look how pretty they are. Now let me tell you something. I just downgraded my place and I lost my washing machine. So I got to wash them shits hand wash. And I couldn't need a sponge more than anything right now. And you know what? The one thing I hate about sponges is they get moldy.
Yeah.
And they get moldy, and they hurt my soul. Yeah. But these sponges, tell it what you said it to me, Rochelle, about it.
It's a Korean yarn, antibacterial.
Mm-hmm.
Antibacterial Korean yarn, so you can use them for a very long time. Now, Rochelle is going to set up an Instagram for Patrick Sponges, and that's where you can purchase these sponges. So they can't take your sponge.
They can't take my sponge. Look how pretty they are.
But I'm going to use these. See, I do have a dishwasher.
Yeah,
at
you
my
don't
house,
wash your
and
ass.
I never unload it. So I just wash the dishes. I just put certain things in there and then just wash everything over and over again.
I used to do that shit too. I'd be like, this one plate. I feel like if they could talk, they'd be like, if this nigga don't get me out of the washing machine, I'll be here getting washed over.
My shit is clean. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If you go into my dishwasher to grab something, it's spotless because it's been washed 40 times.
Oh, let me ask you a question. We had an argument about this in the room. Do you wash your? Do you use soap when you wash your dishes before you put it in a dishwasher? Or
I usually just rinse off problematic food.
Then you throw it in there?
Food that's racist.
Yeah,
food that's sexist.
That doesn't use the pronouns correctly.
Food that doesn't use pronouns correctly. Food that still listens to R. Kelly.
These sponges are progressive as fuck.
Yeah.
Each one of these sponges goes to Rochelle's college fund. Mm-hmm. So you got to go buy one and get her in school. But I'm being serious. Like, I really needed this. I really did. It's crazy that your mom's making these because I really need a sponge right now.
I've been trying to figure out.
There's a bunch of dishes in my sink right now.
I do have sponges, and my sink is also full, and I'm just about to load it up with the clean dishes already and wash them again. But certain things that I cannot use in no dishwasher.
Yeah.
My cast iron pans.
Yeah, that's perfect for that.
I be cooking. And my cast iron pans, I cannot put in a dishwasher because that ruins them.
Yeah.
So I have to wash those by hand, I just fried some fish the other day in the cast iron, You got to pour the oil in the bag, take it outside.
So you fry your fish in a cast iron? What kind of fish you had?
What type of fish was that? It was not grouper.
What do you think of tilapia? Not fucking with it. I used to
fine.
It was like the easy one when I was broke,
Well, we live in Los Angeles.
No disrespect.
we live in Los Angeles, so it's hard to
get tilapia.
It's easy to get tilapia.
Oh,
it's
what
hard
are you
to
saying?
get other types of fish that fry well.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's like I go to Vons and they got fish like rockfish. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want all that. Like I want If I'm gonna fry fish, I want it to be catfish.
Catfish, whiting, snapper, fishes like that. Fish that we catch back home. Mm-hmm. Out here, it's hard to find.
Yeah,
a lot of fish, but so I think I did fry tilapia.
When I was on food stamps, I would get tilapia all the time, fry that shit. But now I'm like, that shit was nasty. I mean, it wasn't nasty.
Fine. It was fine the way I made it the other day. Very fine.
But which one did you do the other day?
Tilapia.
That's what you did in the cast iron?
Yeah, I'm still broke. Remember what you said? What you just said? You coastal elite?
I don't know. I'm a coastal elite. Everybody, you won't take my soul.
You won't take my coast.
Okay.
But with that being said, I need to clean my cast iron pots in the sink. Mm-hmm. I use a little bit of soap. Some people use salt. I've tried the salt thing.
Yeah, I use salt when I clean mine.
You can use the salt. I use just a little bit of dish soap, a little bit of water, scrub it up, and dry it very well, and then season it again.
Yeah.
With oil. These will be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Patra Sponges. Instagram coming soon.
Is that what it's called? What's she call it?
I don't know yet. I think maybe Patra's Sponges is great.
Patra Sponges is pretty solid. Well, we can find a new name for them.
I like Patra Sponges. Let's see.
Feels good on the skin.
Yeah, it's not rough on
It's
you.
not rough on your hands
It's
when
good.
you're washing.
It's pleasing to look at.
It's got little. You can hook these up to the doorknob of
It
your
kind of
cabinet.
reminds me of like characters from the Dr. Seuss book. They have like that energy.
I'm about to use the crap out of these. Okay, you won't take my sponge. You won't take my sponge.
Now back to our regular
Now
program.
back to regular scheduled programming. It is time for another episode of XOXO Gossip Kings. To
Let me
my
tell
left.
you something. We bring that bell because you ain't gonna hear it at all during this episode. 'Cause this
You didn't think
episode
so?
was weak.
Oh, interesting.
You like it?
Interesting. I thought.
How
I
you
thought
like this? I definitely was like, Carl's gonna hate this because last time you was like, I hate this fucking Army Hammer character.
That is him, ain't it?
Yeah, that's Army Hammer, Arm and Hammer.
I didn't realize that was him. He's a scary looking guy. You know what I mean?
Well, he looks like he's got. My first time I seen him was in the Facebook movie.
Me too.
So he's kind of like he just seems evil, like, you know.
Yeah. Both him and his twin brother.
So was that his twin brother, or was he playing both of those characters?
I think he's playing both characters.
You think of characters.
He's
You
playing
won't
Arm
take
and
my
Hammer.
army. You
You know
won't take my arm.
he's heir to that company.
Yeah. We
Ain't
talked
that
about it,
crazy?
remember?
We talked about that on this show.
On this show last week.
What podcast is this? I do
You
too
get your
many.
podcasts is mixed up.
Yeah, my
Remember we
podcast
were all
mixed up.
we had a whole conversation how he's Arm and Hammer Foundation. Oh, maybe you weren't here actually.
I was here. I've always been here.
No, I mean it might have been before you got here.
I remember
me and
having this
Casey were talking about
conversation.
it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember having this conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's the heir to the, and we're trying to figure out if they named him after the Arm and Hammer, or like was it around the same time, or is it a pure coincidence that his name is Army?
No, I think his grandfather's like Armand. His name is Armand Hammer.
No, I'm saying Arm and Hammer was created before they bought Arm and Hammer. You know what I'm saying?
That's his grandfather's company.
No, they bought it from somebody.
You kidding?
Yeah, they acquired the company Arm and Hammer. So it's like almost like they were like, it'd be like if I was like, my last name is Woods, and I like bought the forest because my last name is Woods. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Okay, so Armand Hammer was a business magnate known for.
What the fuck is a magnate? What you call me? The fuck you call me?
But his great grandson is Armie Hammer.
Yeah, but see how they invented Arm and Hammer. How did that come about? Who came up with the name of it?
And let me look that up. Arm and
You won't take my hammer. You won't take my hammer or my army.
You won't take my Thor. You won't take my Thor.
But yeah,
Arm and Hammer.
That's what Casey told me last week.
Owner, Church and Wright, 1846. Arm and Hammer. Wow, that's nuts. That dude's. Oh yeah. It is often claimed that the brand name originated with tycoon Armand Hammer. However, the Armand Hammer brand
Right.
was in use 31 years before Hammer was born.
Yeah.
Hammer was so often asked about the Church and Wright brand that he attempted to buy the company.
Right.
While unsuccessful, Hammer's Occidental Petroleum acquired enough stock for him to join the Church and Dwight board of directors in 1986.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that'd be like,
He died like 4 years later.
yeah. So it's like the last thing he did, and then Arm and Hammer's like, I just took your soul. Sorry.
So his name-
that was fucked up. Rest in peace.
His name was a coincidence.
They'd be like, you know that restaurant Tart over in
That'd be
Pine
like,
Grove?
yeah.
You'd be like, oh, go ahead and
So-
buy it because you keep seeing it. And
It's
you
just
want
closed now.
Really? You should buy
Yeah.
it and bring it back. Call it Tart's Playground.
Buying a restaurant in this city is one of the worst investments you can make.
It's the best thing you can do in New York City, let me tell you that. Because
Yeah.
I just came from New York.
How was that trip? How was your trip?
Oh, man. So check it out. I saw history in the making. Speaking of, like, history, I go to Rhode Island. First of all, Rhode Island is a beautiful place with a lot of white people. I think I was the only black person in the entire city. I don't know.
Entire
I was
state of Rhode
counting.
Island?
There was a lot of Latinos, but they were like from the city, you know, from Providence. But like, so I'm going to the festival because I love folk music. And guess who comes out? So I go see the headliner of the whole festival is Brandon Carlisle and some friends, right? And you know, when they say and friends, you don't know who's going to come out.
Yeah,
And
Eddie
I'm
Murphy
sitting there.
usually.
Yeah, and then I see the legend Joni Mitchell come out of this on stage, and it was amazing. Everybody went nuts. People were like crying and shit. It was wild because she ain't been on stage in like 20 years since like 1980 or something like that. That's not. I don't know how to do that math, but she ain't been on stage in a long time. And then she sung, and they turned the whole stage into a living room, and they just did this jam, and it was all jamming. So that was amazing. That was like history, because the Newport, for those who don't know, Newport Folk Festival is the same festival that Bob Dylan got booed at when he put electric guitar for the first time. So it's like this is like a real historic festival, and like Joni Mitchell used to play there all the time. So it was like, I feel like it was exactly what I wanted to see. It was exactly why I went there. So anyway, that was awesome. And then I got spotted for Your Ass. It was funny too, because I had seen all these people. Well, I got 2 spotted. So first spotted, I seen your girl Tisha Campbell.
Wow.
Got to kick it with her from Martin. Super nice, real nice. Mm-hmm. Like just really like I was like late because I don't know my way around New York City, and I was like riding the train and just always late everywhere. And then when I got there, I kind of felt embarrassed because I was like, damn, they've been here for like an hour. But they made me feel so welcome. They were like, he's here, and like hugged me and stuff. And I was like, man, this is tight. I'm hanging with motherfucking Tisha Campbell from fucking.
Where was y'all at?
We were in Harlem, SO Wine Bar in Harlem. I forgot what it was called.
How does Echo know her?
I don't know. He just like, Echo was like, come to Harlem tonight. And I was like, cool. And then he texted me, he's like, just so you know, Tisha Campbell's going to be there. And I'm like, say less. I'll be right there.
Say less. Got to. When you get the opportunity to meet Tisha Campbell, you got to do
go.
it. Let me tell you something. A side story. This is before we start doing the pod, so it's an old spotted. Mm-hmm. But a Tisha Campbell adjacent story. One night, I'm in the Roger Room, which is a cocktail bar.
Yeah, I know that spot.
Next to the Largo at the Coronet, place we do shows at. Mm-hmm. And walks Tashina Arnold.
Oh, yeah, my girl. I love her.
And she's with a guy. And for those of you who don't know, who've been living under a rock, Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold are like best friends for 40 years, basically. Long time.
Yeah.
They met on the set of Little Shop of Horrors. And then they were on Martin together for all those years. And then they've done other stuff together. Mm-hmm. But she walks in, and she's with a guy. Mm-hmm. And the guy is Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. But you didn't know him at the time?
I knew who he was. This is recent.
Oh, you're saying this is recent? Okay.
Yeah. And it's not like super recent. It was before we started doing this show. Mm-hmm. It was before we started doing this show. Uh-huh. But she walks in with Anthony Mackie, and there's this dude there. This guy keeps coming up to Anthony Mackie, like fanning out, kind of.
Right.
But in a way that's like a Hollywood fan out, like probably trying to connect and network. And,
right.
And they're with Tashina Arnold, and he's kind of like icing Tashina Arnold. Uh-huh. While he's trying to talk to Anthony Mackie. And I'm looking at Anthony Mackie every time Anthony Mackie's being real nice to him, but clearly like they're just trying to have drinks.
Right.
And they also with 2 other friends, and they're just like, we're just trying to chill. But this guy keeps walking up, and he keeps being like the most in a movie, the most annoying dude who's like, dude, I just want to say one more thing. And he's fanning out over Anthony Mackie, and I see their faces every time this guy walks away. They're like, frustrated by him. And then every time he comes by, he keeps. And then one time, like it was like almost like a thing with the other guys. That other guy may have been Tashina's like security or like her caretaker or something. Where he like touched Tashina on the shoulder, and dude was like, "Hey, my man, come on!" And then it was like it was like I don't want to like racialize it, but it was like the white dude that you're like, you're too close, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And also you're like kind of disrespecting this legendary woman.
Yeah.
Because you see like, and this guy's a superhero. He deserves the respect, but like, leave him alone, man.
But Tashina's been in the game way longer.
Exactly. Say hello to him. He said hello back. He was nice to you. Go on about your business, man. Go on your date. Yeah. Like, go do what you're doing. Like, leave them alone.
Yeah, there's nothing else. It's only one interaction.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody's nice, word to the wise. If somebody's nice, say what's up to them. They like that. Usually, for the most part, you got to read body languages and things like that. He said what's up to him. Anthony Mackie was really nice to him. Shook his hand in the time of COVID, too.
Yeah.
Like, shook his hand. Like, that's it, man. That's all you get.
Yeah. Like, to me, that's so much.
Yeah.
That's a huge. Remember, like when you met Scottie Pippen and he looked at your penis.
When Scottie Pippen looked at my penis, that was in the time of COVID.
Yeah. In the time of cholera.
In love and the penis looking in the time of COVID.
Have you seen that movie, Rashawn? Penis looking in the time of cholera. It's very romantic.
Very romantic.
Yeah, you just it's like, and it was interesting. I think people want to just have a good time, but it's like I think people like to be noticed. Like I noticed, like there were some people coming up to Tisha, and she would be like, they would be like, "Oh my God, you're Tisha Campbell," and she would be like, they would walk away. It was like the first time where I could see both ends of it, right? Because I'm like, oh, I wonder how she really feels about this. Yeah. Because she's being nice, and then when the person left, she's like, "That's so nice." Like it's like she actually liked it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not like. But if you come back and you bothering them, then it's like I think it's like anybody else. Like you just don't want to disrespect people.
Yeah, it's cool. Trust me, I'm just now getting it at the level that I get it now. It's cool to be recognized for your work.
Yeah. It's
cool for somebody to say, "Hey, man, I really enjoy what you do."
Yeah.
But then once it becomes a like. You now become entitled to that person's time. And it's like, well, hey, man, would you want somebody up in here bothering you while you trying to eat? Or are you trying to, like, really, like, coming back? Like, like, if you a plumber, you're like, hey, man, I enjoyed the work you did on my toilet.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you come back and go, man, the way you took all that shit out of my septic tank.
Yeah, yeah. Man. And another thing, I've been to a whole lot of toilets in a public space, and I've never flushed as good as this.
Yeah.
So check out this other spot that I got.
Oh, man.
So I went to... meet up with my homie JD. Remember, JD Amato?
JD Amato. Shout out to JD Amato.
The coolest man in show business. And he was like, we had a little lunch together up in, where was he at? Greenpoint, which I think is like a cool area. I don't know. I don't know shit about New York. I've been there a million times. I still don't understand the city.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But then I'm sitting there, and I look over, and guess who I see? It was Tony Shalhoub. That's who I see.
Really?
Yeah.
Monk?
And he was with a bunch of black people, which I thought was cool.
Wow. Tony Shalhoub kicks it with black people. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first on the XOXO Kings. And I'll tell you what, I didn't know what to expect, but that was like a real spot at, because I was like, definitely didn't expect to see him right there. Because I just looked over and I was like, that's that motherfucker from...
Monk.
The Monk.
The Monk.
He be eating the Monk. And he be eating the Monk. What if he was like, nah, we looked over and Tony Shalhoub was like, excuse me, I need to go eat the Monk. Do you like this episode, you whack-ass nigga? I don't understand. You know what's funny? I'm so empathetic that, like, when I'm watching, I'm thinking about if you're going to like it or not. Like, I feel like Carl's going to hate this episode. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
There were moments... I'm not empathetic, y'all. I'm not thinking about any of y'all while I'm watching the show. No, just playing.
Like, I'm taking this in and wondering how I feel about it.
There were moments of this episode that I definitely was like, oh. Like, it had me perked up,
Yeah.
I was eating my protein oatmeal.
Well, let's talk about it then. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, so this episode is titled Southern Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Why did I trip over that? Southern Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
What is that movie? Do anybody know?
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Yeah, this was not a great one.
Yeah, I never heard of that movie.
They should have called it like Gentlemen.
The Gentleman.
Something, I don't know. I don't have a title.
They should have called it Arm and Hammer.
On my feet, huh?
Army and Hammer.
Army Hammer. Hey, this episode should have been titled, hey, can y'all believe this is Army Hammer? Yeah. And his name is just that, as opposed to
that is insane. That is insane. That's a fun anecdote to be like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I created the Arm and Hammer. Yeah. No, actually it existed before. My family just acquired it in the 1980s.
31 years
and then I died 4 years later.
Wowee. So Nate and Blair walking through the village.
Yeah,
they getting it in. They back together. Back together again.
Yeah, they kikiing out in the thinking about college. She's going to NYU now.
She's going to NYU. He's going to Columbia. They're two different parts of the city apparently.
Yeah.
How big is New York for real?
Man, that shit is huge, bro. After being there, also, you know what I realized? They don't never ride the subway. It was funny they brought it up in this episode, but I was like, when I was thinking about like going to locations that the show films at, and I was like, these people don't ever ride the subway, which is insane because the subway is hella efficient in New York. I had a great time in New York, by the way. I went to the Met to go kick it at the steps where the Minions kick it at. I was in the Upper East Side chilling. That's about it. I was only there a couple days.
Where'd you stay in New York? Oh, you
stayed at the Ace Hotel in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Which was super dope. but it had a train going underneath, and so every 5 minutes it'd be like,
You hear the train?
yeah.
That sucks.
It's like a weird thing because I'm like, how do I complain about this? Because it's clear that there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah,
New York
but it
feels
definitely was like
what you want us to
frustrating.
do.
But it was great. Yeah, I loved New York. I saw my boy Echo. He took me to this cool ass little cafe in Little Soho. I went to shopping. It was great. I had a great. I think it was the first time It's not like I hate New York, but I just never really vibe in it. Sometimes I think I'm just too Southern, and I prefer blondes.
Yeah. Southern gentlemen prefer blondes, and New York is notoriously known for brunettes.
But I think it's because I'm older and I'm like didn't feel pressure to like do a lot, and it made me just kind of like the city. And I was
That's
like,
how it was
like
when I went a couple weeks ago too for work. It definitely was like, oh, and I stayed in the area that I like because I don't like all New York. I'll just say it. We've talked about it on this pod a million times how we don't care for New York. We both are Southern people who have now settled in the West. And I
50 goes west over here.
yeah, New York for me. But
Yeah.
This time I did hang out in Soho,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie to you, that like Soho was pretty. I was like, oh,
And
okay.
Harlem was cool. This is my first time hanging in Harlem too. Harlem reminded me of Atlanta. It was like a kind of like everything's all gentrified now, but at least Harlem felt like a black like successful town, like, which is kind of dope. Yeah, I think I'm just getting it now. I'm hanging it out.
Did you notice that when you went shopping? Did you go shopping in Soho?
Yeah.
People over there dress like Rochelle.
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed
I love
so
the
trendy.
I love the fashion in New York, by the way. Like, I feel like that's the first time I went somewhere and I was like, when I would look at a girl walking by, I'm like sincerely looking at their outfit.
But everybody ain't dressed good out there. It's certain areas.
Oh yeah,
Because you go to other places and you're like, what the fuck is
you go to
that?
Hell's Kitchen, they looking
It's
crazy.
hot as hell out here. Why are you wearing Timbs? But in Soho, everybody's shades are like super thin.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the sign of cool.
Yeah.
What's your thinnest pair of shades, Rochelle? How thin are they? Oh, you got them with you right now.
You
She about
won't
to pull out
take
some
my
sunglasses
shades.
that do not
You won't
protect her
take
from
my
UV
shades.
light.
No, they don't.
Look, see?
I know, thanks. Rochelle's cool as hell.
Rochelle is
Are you
very
from
cool.
You been in New York?
I've been like 2 or 3 times for work.
Yeah, you would love it there. You would
gotta
fit
go
in
out
real
there.
well.
You'll fit in.
Let me just say,
your
I do
shoulders
like New
this.
York. I like the city. I think the reaction me and Carl have is like, I feel like New York gets so much love and it just takes away from the South.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I want to see the South get more love, and that's how I became a filmmaker, to do that. And then, but I also really like New York music too. So
New York music.
I like New York. I like that song that goes, New York. I don't know. That goes, New York is a hell of
Anthony
a
works in the
town.
grocery store, saving his pennies for someday.
And you gonna love me.
That's a New York song.
I don't know. Dreamgirls is a Broadway.
That's true. All right, back to the episode. We got a job
back
to
to
do.
this
Okay,
whack-ass episode.
We're getting paid millions of pennies to talk about this show. Listen, she don't want to get on that fucking subway, and I don't blame her because. Let's just talk about New York for a second.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But she don't go on that subway. I hate the subway. So Ruth come in. They in the antique store. He's like, man, get this. Ruth got bread.
He's
like,
in his bag.
Who you think you is, Ruth? You got
Yeah.
bread now?
Yeah.
He's like, man, the loft is about to sell for 3 times what I paid
Yeah,
for
he's
it.
like, I'm feeling cakey. Let's go.
And of
You
course,
want this
Dan
hat?
has
He
to
got
shit
to put
on-
on the hat. Let me try it on.
Let me try a little. What's this, a fedora?
Yeah. He was in a good ass
He was in a
mood.
good mood. And, it was, what am I trying to say? It was, Dan had the shit on it. Like,
Yeah.
You sure? So the recession ain't hit you?
Yeah,
You sure
yeah.
you gonna sell it?
Yeah.
Man, Dan, shut up, man. Let this man be
I
happy
know.
for a second. He looking at the ring. He
Yeah.
seeing a ring that he might want to,
Yeah, he's
ask
like,
to
I'm ready to
propose
get
to
married. I'm
and
like,
they catch it.
Yeah.
Kids see it. They like,
Yeah, they
looking at that
hella
ring.
nosy. Like, this ain't getting. Also, why were they so shocked? Like, of course he's gonna ask her to marry him.
Yeah, he been wanting this
They
woman
didn't
for
feel like-
30
That's what I'm
years.
saying. That was no humdinger to me. That was just like, yeah, okay. Time for y'all to wrap it up.
that ain't no humdinger at all.
Get it in. That's a pretty ring, though.
Yeah, a pretty ring.
Yeah.
So Blair and S talking about Gabriel.
They gonna cut that. They gonna cut that part out and use it against me in my rap career. That's a pretty ring. This is the rapper you guys like that you want to vote for. And I don't know, in the hip hop election
Podcast, People's Choice podcast. This is the rapper you guys. You want to vote for president? Blair and S talking about Gabriel. Blair want to follow him, see what he up to.
Yeah.
'Cause she don't trust him. Now I
Yeah.
like Blair in this episode.
See, you see, this is I was gonna that. See, I be trying to figure out what you gonna feel. That's what I be watching. I be like, I bet Carl's like fucking with this. I'm telling you, like Blair's becoming cool again. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see the yard coming back. She's back because she was whacked this whole season. The season's almost over.
Season's almost over. She was being whacked for sure.
And she about to go to NYU. I think that's gonna change her.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna. I think she's on her way to being like Queen Bee again.
Yeah. She knows something is off though. She's like
Because
something
that dude
ain't
is
right.
whack, you know.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
she said it. The thing she said the most made sense to me is like, so she met you. I don't know if it's the same scene, but she's like, so this guy met you the day you got roofied, and you think that's a good thing?
Yeah, you think
and
that's
and he
tight?
likes you. I'm like, you kind of got a point. Like, and Serena is just a Looney Tune. Like she is just like she's like, it's fine,
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's
You don't
fine.
know,
Blair, why
you
don't
don't
you-
know, Blair. Why you trying to kill my happiness, kill my joy?
Why don't you think that I can make decisions for my own?
Yeah.
Why don't you think it's like, Serena, have you noticed that nobody wants you to make decisions for yourself
know.
because you make bad
You
decisions,
bad,
Serena?
you do stupid. Why you so stupid?
You
What
dumb
are you
as
doing,
hell.
stupid?
Why you do that?
Poppy, you acting stupid. Yeah.
Chuck
That
and A
shit
is
tripping.
hooping. This shit
Oh
is
yeah, and they had the rap music playing in the background.
Yeah, I'm like,
it was
man.
like, yo, a hip hop town in New York. Poppy.
We at the Rucker Park,
Yeah.
playing ball,
Yeah.
shooting hoops. Chuck and Nate. Chuck had on, man, this fit had me rolling. Chuck had on a motherfucking velour suit with a polo with the collar pop with an ascot. Talk about, oh, you're not very good today.
Yeah.
Now, if I had wrote this episode, I would have put in body doubles and had them like really like playing against each other. Like I would have had like the professor put on the Chuck wig and just been like doing all this and one crazy shit. Because you notice what they kept doing. Every time they would shoot, it would cut to the basket.
It would go, yeah. It would be like, I know you ain't make that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, like it's like he just got the same outfit on, but it's just like Earl Mandigo.
Yeah.
It's like,
Whenever you see people play basketball on TV and they're like really bad at it, it's so hard to look at. And you know that it's like, bro, you know that shot's not going in.
Yeah, like that's when he threw it like he literally was like, like bro,
So I don't even
Tiny
think
Nate,
Chuck
where's
looked
the
at bar.
format?
Yeah, that shit was awful. But you talking about Blair. You know,
I
you
know.
can tell the tension is building between them. Because now that Nate is officially back with Blair, Chuck, of course, still in love with her. He knows that Blair, might still be in love with him.
Yeah, he know it.
It's a mess. It's a mess. They can't be friends.
Cause like Nate's trying to be cool with it, but he knows his friend. He knows Chuck is a deviant.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, I can't trust this dude. He gonna try to get back in there.
Oh yeah, you know he is.
But at least I'm glad they just talked about it over a game of b-ball.
Yeah, a game of hoops.
in New York City.
New York City, playing ball.
I feel like if I was mayor of LA, I would they should put more basketball. Like that is a cool thing about New York. There's basketball courts everywhere.
There's basketball courts here too. Don't do that.
No, but
Don't
they're
do
not.
that to my city,
They're
man.
not everywhere. Like when you walk outside, you see a basketball court. If this studio was in New York, we would see a basketball court right when we walk outside.
That's not true. Also, it's a concrete jungle out there, okay? They have basketball courts everywhere. This city has parks, national parks and recs.
All right. I won't talk about
Not
LA.
talk about my city like that.
Okay.
All right?
Well,
Enough.
Anyway,
Enough. Stop the recording, Rochelle. Enough.
man, let me tell you something. They got so much good pizza in here.
All right, listen. Pizza's good here. You never had Little Caesars at the Kmart?
No,
just kidding.
I really don't understand like the pizza in New York.
It's fine. It's good.
Man,
Sometimes.
stop talking about my city like that.
So, Lily and Ruth talking to Gabriel and Serena. This shit's killing. They talking to Gabriel, and he talking his shit, looking like a good guy, like talking about,
Yeah.
sending wireless internet to Africans and stuff like that. I don't even remember him saying African, but then Serena said that
Well,
shit
yeah,
later,
when she
and
said it, I was like, what the
ugh.
fuck is she talking about?
Yeah.
Because, he's like, but you got to help the Africans.
So
And
the
I was
Africans
like,
can post on Gossip Girl. The Africans.
no, I feel like, did they set that up?
I didn't
That
hear
shit didn't
it.
make no sense to me.
But he was talking about something, wireless internet or something like that in third world countries or
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess that's a good idea.
Yeah, but then she said Africa. I was like, Africa is not a third world country. Like,
Yeah, she's stupid.
Yeah, she's dumb.
Serena's dumb.
Then he bails. He gotta leave.
Yeah.
As soon as he leaves, because she's like, you don't want to watch a movie with me and Rufus and Lily?
Yeah, I want you to hang
and
with my
mom?"
fam.
And he was like, I would love to, but I gotta go work. Working doesn't stop. It just never. And
Yeah.
then she's like, yeah, but being with my family is also important. It's like, man, the dude gotta work. Now,
Yeah.
I understand he probably got some of his sleeve, but goddamn, like,
No, at that time I was like, what? Especially going to movie. That's like 2 hours. Like,
Exactly.
I ain't got time to go to movies with you.
yeah, for
And
real.
your family. That's
Man,
gonna be a whole day. That's
That
gonna-
one made me go like, all right, shut up, Serena. Serena, this episode was a real. We're gonna be shitting on Serena this whole episode, all right?
So,
get used to
Serena
it.
fans, you get you a snack,
Get you a snack.
get some yogurt and some granola.
Yeah, get defensive.
You gonna take these hits right now.
Yeah, you got to get these lumps in because Serena. This episode, Serena is pissing me off.
But it was that was weird. But then I was like, they showed pretty quickly that he was bullshit.
Yeah, and what I like too was that as soon as he leaves, Blair texts, "Your boyfriend dipped yet?"
I know, that was so funny. Yeah, like Blair's tight. Like I feel like what I like about Blair is that she knows people. She knows how she can judge. She's a good judge. Like she
Yeah,
can judge the characters.
She's standing outside when Chuck pull up, and they talking that shit. Like,
Yeah, who you spying on you? Yeah, you got that look and you got that beret on.
Yeah, and then they
you
dip
spying?
down because Poppy pulls up and she
Yeah.
sees them together. Boom, they still dealing with each other. That's what we
Yeah.
learned last episode. So Blair calls Serena, tell her what she saw. Gabriel sneaks up in her. I got something to tell you, and then it cuts to Blair and Nate, and then Blair is talking when she mentions Chuck, and Nate's like, Chuck,
Yeah.
what you been with Chuck?
Yeah, fuck Chuck.
Yeah, where was you at with Chuck? He don't trust Chuck at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you can't.
I felt like he was tripping a little bit. It just felt unmotivated. I guess I was just like, when did you fall head over heels over Blair like that? But I guess that's what Blair, we'll get to that shit. We'll get to what happens later. But I just felt like, to me, this was more Nate being like in his like ego bag.
Yeah, he was in his ego back this whole episode.
Yeah,
Doing some
because
crazy
like, you
shit.
don't like Blair. This ain't about Blair. It's about you and Nate. You and Chuck. You just don't like that. He knows that like that. He probably hit it better than me.
Yeah. He's like, man, this dude's evil. Evil guys always hit it better.
He Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. We are back.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Gossip Kings. Back to life. Back to the Gossip Kings.
Will you get those Patrick Sponge from my homegirl Rochelle? All right.
Patrick Sponges, you won't take my sponge.
You won't
take
this
my sponge.
What'd you
You
think of
won't
Moon
take
Juice?
my sponge.
I got you sweetest greens. You like that? Because I got the Brutes Royal.
This
'cause
one
I'm a
tastes
king.
different than what you normally.
Yeah, so this what happens. So just so you know, when I usually go, I get two different juices, the ginger lemon and the green one, and I mix it together and it creates two juices. That's why I always have one for you. Because I'm technically not, I'm buying one juice. But today, I wanted my Roots Royal, and I can't split that, so I bought you the Swedish greens.
Well, thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, every time you see us with these juices, Lamar has bought me one. Out of his own hard-earned money, doesn't ask for the money back. I owe him thousands of dollars worth of juice. Because this shit is expensive. We live in Los Angeles. And
It is.
Juice is expensive in Los
If I go
Angeles.
broke, it's going to be because of Moon Juice. Yeah, like,
Speaking of going broke, Gabriel talking that shit.
I know, he's trying to get some money. He's trying to work. He's trying to network, whatever.
He's trying to network. He's doing everything. So he tells Serena the whole situation with Poppy, like, listen, Poppy
Do you
mad.
think he figured it out that she saw them?
Yeah.
Is that why he kind of
Something.
came at her like that?
Maybe.
Or maybe he overheard her?
Overheard it. Yeah, it's how he
Yeah.
overheard it. But he comes in, he's like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, me and Poppy, yeah, we still dealing with each other, but that's because she going to take everything. She going to take it all. Like,
Yeah, so it's like I got to kind of keep my contacts,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But
Like,
next
that's
week-
all I got. Because my dad, he works in tobacco. I ain't trying to work in tobacco.
Nah.
You know what it's like working for tobacco?
I'm from North Carolina.
So that's probably some
Tobacco
bullshit
Road.
too, huh?
Tobacco Road? He probably ain't from no
that
damn North Carolina.
Yeah, he probably from like Hamptons or something.
The Hamptons. What if he grew up next? What they gonna find out later that he grew up right next door to them?
Probably.
Yeah, I believe it. Don't
When did
spoil it.
Poppy become
tell
like
me.
evil like that too?
I know, man. What did she so this whole thing? We'll talk about this after.
Yeah.
But like this whole thing is making me feel like, oh, Poppy, have you had it out for Serena the whole time?
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Because
to me.
remember how
Yeah.
she was in the beginning? She was too nice, and nobody
Yeah.
in this world is nice.
Yeah, like she was like, "Come hang with me, come do this."
Yeah. Leave Blair.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Get
I don't
Blair
know.
outta
I don't
here.
know. It's a good point.
Get Blair the hell out of here. Get her out
because
of here.
you know who's the one who called it out first? Blair.
Blair.
So she probably knew.
She knew.
Blair's gonna be like the one who's gonna. That's what I was. Man, maybe.
Blair, and then. And you know we gonna get to. I mean, of course, everybody watched the episode already. We'll get to it. Mm-hmm. But he trying to say that he's done with Poppy, and she trusting him.
Yeah, because
I'm break up with her as soon as the deal closed. I'm breaking up with her.
How
That's
she
it.
fall for this shit?
Yeah, but I'm also like trying to figure out what is their was their goal to win? We'll get there. Vanessa and Dan at the coffee spot when Jenny walks in talking about the ring, and they all talking about how happy Ruth was, and then he walk in on a bad phone call.
Yeah,
I bet that this is for the gallery. That's what I put in my notes.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
I got to stop doing this because I'll be writing notes like I'll be writing my thoughts at the
Yeah,
time. I'm like,
yeah.
I bet this ain't this for the gallery. But of course, a couple scenes later, it's because of the gallery.
Yeah. Because they set it up because that's why I was like, in the beginning, he was like, I got money. And I'm like, man,
Rufus, you ain't got no money.
Yeah, it's going to be
Rufus is
done.
like that. The Humphreys are just like good times, where every
Yeah.
time you think you're getting out of the project, you ain't getting out of the project.
That would be so funny if I would have wrote this scene. And then after once he realized he lost all his money, if like JJ from Good Times came in, it's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Dynamite.
he like,
Damn,
sorry,
he did
bro.
the Florida Evans. Damn. We ain't gonna never get out the hood.
Yeah, we're like, I'm never gonna go to Yale.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
So B is grilling Serena about Gabriel. And she being a good friend, and Serena can't see it.
Yeah.
And then she bring up Chuck and Nate, and it's like, oh, this what you mad about?
Yeah.
You mad because she got two homeboys.
Yeah.
She got a love triangle going on.
Yeah, you
Like-
just mad because you want. It was like, but no, like, wait, I didn't get what she was saying. She's like, you
didn't
mad
get it.
because Chuck and Nate. She ain't make no sense.
She ain't make no sense. She ain't make no sense this whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
Ugh. She pissing me off.
No,
She
this was
pissing me
a
off,
scene
Serena.
where I was getting so mad at her because she was like, it's like now she looking out for you. Now you just trying to throwing shade on her shit.
That's it.
That's fucked up.
That's all she doing.
Also, Gabriel, he looks so untrustworthy. It's like,
Dude.
it's like a fool can tell that this guy is full of shit. That's why I felt like even Ruth being like, we don't get to it, but even Ruth being like, yo, my man, you think I can get a little slice
Man,
of the pie?
this made me, oh my God, we gonna talk about that. Because I was like, Ruth, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. Vanessa brings Ruth some coffee. And he tells her there's no buyer for the law.
Yeah.
He figured this out. He might have to sell his catalog.
Yeah.
But I guess he still owns his master.
I know, ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Ain't that Ruth owns his
He
master?
owns his master.
Now we learn. He was like, turns out when I stopped touring to hang out with my family, that might have been the worst idea I could have made for my family. Because they was like, now we're not touring, our music ain't selling.
I thought that was a great message.
Yeah.
You know? So parents out there, don't give up your dreams for your kids.
Don't give up your dreams for your children, especially when they grown, when they older, when they teenagers, they can take care of themselves. When your kids are teenagers, they can take care of themselves. They will never resent you for leaving at that moment. If anything, they want freedom. They want freedom. They don't want you there. Leave them with their
I mean,
auntie.
you see the movie Home Alone? He did great without his family.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's a little kid. I'm talking when there was nothing more in the world that I wanted when I was 16 than my mom to go on a fucking tour. And I just be, living my life every
Your
day.
mom was like, I'm going on tour at SWV. I'll be back.
Yeah. My mom is Coco from SWV, for those who don't know. And I
What's that stand for? Quick.
Sisters with Voices.
Ooh.
And
you won't take his soul.
You won't take my soul. You won't take my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't shake my soul. But like at that time, I remember when I used to like get the house to myself for like a weekend or something like that. When my mom like, oh, she's going to Vegas for the weekend.
Yeah.
I wasn't, because she knew she could trust me. I wasn't the type of dude to like throw a party or nothing like that. I wasn't gonna do that. But once I got my license, I was in the streets.
Yeah.
And I would drive to somebody else's party or something like that. Drive to the homie's house or something. We go play basketball at UCLA. I was doing like very responsible things. Like I wasn't
You was
like
out. Like, it's like you was living that life.
I was living a life. I was like, oh, I'm grown. Like I think I'm grown. Because usually I'm not like 16. I'm like 17, a little bit older.
When you got your license at 17?
17 and a half I got my license. Because they had like changed the rules
Did you have a car or you had her car?
Her car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would
And,
drive my mom's car all the time.
And when my aunt went to New York, because she was from New York, when she would go back to New York, she would leave her car, and I was able to drive her car.
Yeah.
And
What kind of car she had?
Chevy Malibu.
Nice.
Yeah.
My mom had a PT Cruiser, so I was driving that shit. Right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm like, beep, beep. Yo, get in the car, fellas.
My mom had a Ford Explorer, and my auntie had a the Chevy Malibu. But I'll be whipping. Like my mom would be like, oh, I'm going to Vegas for the weekend or whatever. Like, be here, make sure your brother gets to his dad's house safely, blah, 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 because that was the responsibility. So if I can handle those responsibilities, like taking care of my little brother, who's 10 years younger than me. So when I was 17, he's like 7. So like, picking him up from school, making sure he does his homework and stuff, making sure he eats, everything, and then like dropping him off at his dad's house.
Right.
And then like, I'm free for the weekend. And I'm not doing nothing crazy. I didn't want to have no party. I don't want to.
They gotta know.
I don't like to clean up.
I feel like they know. They have to know that like I'm gonna let him get a little freedom.
Yeah.
She's probably like, it's like a test almost. Like she's probably like, if I come back and the shit in Samuel, I ain't never doing shit again.
Yeah.
But if everything cool, then great.
Everything was great. Everything was great.
Yeah, but not great for Dan Humphrey.
Not great for Dan Humphrey.
And Lil J. And Vanessa's all in the mix, and she's listening hard, but really what she's thinking is like, yes.
Didn't she feel so shoehorned in this episode?
Yeah, because she had none. It's like, for a second, I thought they was about to get it in. Her
Me
and
too.
Dan. Did you think that?
I
Because that
thought
music
too.
was making it seem like
Man,
that.
I talked about that. I was like, oh, wait, where are we at? We gonna get to that because I got. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Nate brings Chuck to his loft. Talking about, I wanted to show you this as a friend.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy this for me and Blair.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to show you as a friend.
Can you imagine if I did that? Like, hey, let me show you something. Remember that girl we used to date? Me and her, we about to move in together.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see. And then Chuck
I
was
want to see
like,
what you thought.
You could have told me this over the phone, homie.
Yeah. I was on Chuck's side, and that's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
You brought me here as a friend.
You
You
know what I
could
mean?
have told
That's
me.
why I didn't like this. I was like, I thought that was interesting, but I was like, this seems so out of character for Nate.
But then Nate, he showed his character. He showed his ass.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't bringing her as just a friend. He was like, man, stay
Yeah.
away from my girl.
Yeah.
Like, you out. You out. I'm in. This is our
Yeah.
apartment. Stay away from my girl.
I couldn't believe he said that to her. To him, to Chuck.
At the perfect time. Perfect timing.
Oh, that was great.
Blair
I
calls.
get that a little bell ring.
Yeah. That's a hum digger right there.
Yeah. All right. I
That's
didn't
a
think
hum digger.
I didn't think I was gonna ring that bell today, but that was tight. He was like, "Excuse me."
It's Blair. I'm gonna take this outside.
Yeah.
I was like,
Chuck,
And they was
don't do
standing
it to him, Chuck.
oh
Don't
man,
do it
only
to
thing that
him.
would have been better is if Chuck would have been like, oh, by the way, I wanted to give you something. And he like reach in his jacket pocket and pull out an egg and smash it in his face.
Like he just had it in the little handkerchief thing.
Yeah, he unwraps it. Oh, I wanted to give you something.
That would have been great. He was like, Blair,
Yeah.
how's it going?
How's it going?
Talk to me.
No, I ain't doing nothing. I'm talking to this fucking asshole.
Oh my God, that was so great. That timing was perfect, and
Yeah.
they had Nate looks like a hoe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then she was like, this dude ain't right. This dude Gabriel he doing
Yeah.
something wrong, and his poppy girl involved.
Yeah.
One last mission.
Let's
And he
go.
was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, I like when they team up.
Yeah.
And be on they sneaky shit. That's my shit.
Yeah.
So
That was tight.
they at the party. Chuck pull up with Poppy. And
Yeah.
she threatens to call off all the investors because he chooses Serena.
Yeah.
I'm choosing Serena. I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah. That was
I was like,
ridiculous. I
man.
can't believe Serena fell for that shit.
Like, oh my God, he
You
really
chose
loves
money.
me.
You chose no money over me.
I was like, Serena.
That's how you know Serena's whack, is like that she thinks somebody would actually do that for her.
Yeah.
It was like,
You know what? I'm gonna turn
idiot.
down all these millions of dollars. I'm finna go work on Tobacco Road with my dad.
Yeah.
Serena, you gonna move to North Carolina? Because you know she wouldn't.
Yeah,
You
right.
know she wouldn't move to North Carolina.
That'd be
with
funny
him.
if I wrote to say it. It'd be like, "Dang, you turned that money away." He's like, "Yeah, I just back to the tobacco farm." And then the next day, he come in with the overalls on, and he chewing tobacco, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Ew."
Yeah. No, you should have chose Poppy.
yeah. Should have given back with Poppy.
So Vanessa and Dan drinking something that clearly ain't beer.
I know. I was like, "What is
like,
this?" It
bro.
was like ginger ale. Like it was like Reed's ginger ale.
That shit was flat as a pancake. I could not believe that they came in here talking about this is some beer.
Yeah.
And you look at that bottle, it is clear as water.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, what are they drinking? Then I thought, like, did they literally just get drunk over soda just now?
I never.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a hangover because he too much sugar.
That was weird. Like, the confession of her being like, I fucked Chuck was like, I guess I get why she had to tell him that, but it was also like, that shit had nothing to do with anything in the episode.
This shit was so shoehorned in. Her whole arc this episode
Yeah.
was shoehorned in. She did not need to be there at all.
Yeah.
But
That was funny.
Jenny and Ruth walking, and she give him some advice, and he's like, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna take a leap. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
As a man, you know. Of course, you taking advice from Jenny. You remember what happened with you and Jenny?
I know. It's like, I couldn't believe he took that. He was like, yeah. Me. I think I'm gonna be me. Yeah, he walked away. But I guess she's kind of right. Like, he was kind of giving up real easily.
He was.
He was like, all right. But he should have been like, man, I wish he would have been like, if I wrote a scene, he would have been like, I'm going to take your advice, but just know you ain't shit.
Yeah, you ain't shit, Jay. You proving that you ain't shit. You still 16. You've been 16 for 8 years.
Did we get to them about to have sex yet?
Not yet. Gabriel sucking in the party when Serena offers him to talk to the business people at the party.
Yeah,
so I'm like, was this his goal the whole time? 'Cause I knew some shit was popping with him and Poppy. Like that's why her name is Poppy, because she always got some shit popping.
Yeah.
And so I was like, she was like, you can talk to all the business people here.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
Really? You do that for me?
Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
So Chuck walks up and talks to Gabriel. He's like, Gabriel, martinis are good.
Yeah. That should have me rolling. I like when Chuck gets in his rich man bag where he'd be like, yeah, like he like he has his own rich man swagger. Yeah, shit's weird.
Gabriel, martinis are great, Ryan. So we never actually got to talk about what happened that night.
Yeah,
with Georgina.
Yeah, I want to know about that. Why don't we chop it up and have a couple cocktails and gather?
Yeah, so then he gets the news.
Yeah.
So
because Gabriel had his story all wrong.
Yeah,
so he never even met
he don't
Serena.
remember Georgina. Yeah. So Nate and Blair about to hit the new apartment when Chuck gets some good info about the night with Gabriel.
Yeah.
Now Blair has got to choose.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? You gonna stay with Nate?
Gossip Girl came in quick. She had a little long speech on that one.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to write it down.
She was like, I wrote down some of it. Okay, Blair, are you going to have a Netflix night with Nate or barrel with a beast with Bass?
Barrel with the beat. What the fuck?
I feel like
Gossip Girl,
Gossip Girl was in her
talking
bag.
about?
Like, she was like, I'm not gonna proofread this. Just gonna put it out.
Yeah. Gossip Girl got her composition book.
Yeah.
And she be writing them shit down. I'm about to hit them with this one, boy. I'm about to hit their ass with this one.
I'm about to get it in. Because usually she keep it tight. She keeps her shit tight. But this time she was like running a little long. Like, I'm like, I got some girl. Like,
right,
shut your ass up.
Goss, is it?
What you saying your name was again?
What you saying your name was, Goss?
Let me tell you a little something about editing.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut
you
your
need
shit
to cut
down.
it down.
Okay,
So Serena goes off on Chuck and Blair about meddling.
Yeah.
And then they about to go get at Georgina.
Yeah. Let's
Georgina we gonna figure it out with Georgina.
Yeah.
And so Vanessa tells.
I was happy to see Georgina back.
Kinda. She was. It felt fake.
No, that storyline. I mean, I wanted to see Harry the Spy again.
Yeah.
Like, she's a good actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that she was like a Jesus freak, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This episode was stupid.
Vanessa tells Dan the loft ain't selling. And I'm not going to Yale when they both drunk off all that water that they drank. In the glass
I'm
bottles.
like, but you know what? Maybe I was like, maybe I don't know if this is weird, but it's like, I was like, they about to hook up. But
I thought it was.
Then it was like, there was something weird about the fact that because she just said she hooked up with Chuck, that I feel like Dan wouldn't hook up with her.
Nah, he'd be scared that Chuck was going to hit it better.
Because he's evil.
Yeah.
Evil dudes got good dick.
Remember when she first came back in the picture, she was trying to get at Dan, right? Like, she was like...
Yeah, I feel like she kind of gave up on it, but I don't know, man. I was like... I don't know what they were... That's why I'm not feeling this episode, because it seemed like an opportunity to do that. Like, I just feel like she didn't know what she was playing.
Yeah.
Like, if I was directing this episode, I feel like Vanessa or Jessica Zor would have been like, Lamar, can you come over here for a second? I don't know what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's like, almost like she was playing like, I'm about to confess this shit and also tell this motherfucker I love him. Mm-hmm. But then it just turned into like, you should be supportive of your dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
It didn't make any sense at all. I kind of started to fall off a little bit. I started to get a little hungry.
Yeah.
I started to put my protein
started to think about
microwave.
whether I should do mushrooms later.
So Ruth pulls Gabriel. It's like, Gabriel, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I'm going to just break it down because I was like, it was so funny because it was like when it was Lily was in her bag.
Yeah.
She was like, say less. Talk to my people. I got you. Like, I bet Ruth probably was like, man, she ain't finna outshine me.
Yeah,
Let me get the motherfucker. Let me get my shit.
Gabriel.
I got some cheese.
Can I talk to you for a second? What is shit? Man, because Gary, that nigga tall. Like, he tall as he's looking at Rufus like he's looking down on him.
Yeah, Rufus looking up to him like, come on, man, hook me up, man. Come on, Gary, let me in.
Man,
let me in. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Let me in now. Let me in now. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. I couldn't believe Roof.
Oh,
It's
my
almost
gosh.
like, here's a little theory I got. Watching this did make me be like, for the first time, I've been shipping for Lily and Roof, but this is the first time where I'm like, I'm not sure Lily's good for him.
No, he too broke.
Yeah, like he's starting to change in a way that I don't like, where he's like starting to like trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit.
Yeah. You seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Does he remain a big part of the show? Man, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to know. Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. Because as this shit goes on, I'm like, man, what is this show? Like, it's so funny. Because, I mean, you have a show about teenagers, but you got to have the adults.
Yeah,
I kind of want to watch the new one and see, like, if they mention,
I'm
like,
curious
whose parents in the new one is.
and like if they're connected at all. I have no idea. We could do like a special episode where we watch the pilot or something and then talk about it and then go back to our shit.
Yeah. So Ruth tries to invest. He's like, hey, I want to invest too. And Gabriel goes, that's cute, bro.
Yeah.
But we can talk about, I can start you a savings account at the bank.
Yeah. You get you a CD or
We
something
get you
like
a CD. That rate is 1.5% every year. You put $1,000 in there today, you can get $100 back.
Wells Fargo, they giving out lollipops when you open up an account.
He was like, don't patronize me.
That shit had me rolling. I was like, oh, Ruby's about to hit this cat.
Yeah, he said, I don't appreciate being patronized. He's like, oh, man, come on, man. I wouldn't do that to you, man. I wouldn't patronize. All right, what you want to do, Rufus? What you want to do? You want to give me some money?
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Yeah. I'll take your shit, man.
But then, I'm like, God damn. So Gabriel's like, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. This one made me know, like, he might be, he tricking everybody, he being criminal, but he also is like, you a nice guy.
I know.
I'm about to rob these people.
I also feel like this is just a theory. I don't know for sure. I honestly can't remember, but I kind of feel like this is all Poppy's idea. I feel like Gabriel's. If we're wondering who's the good one between those two, I mean they're both bad, but I think Gabriel's gonna be the one who gets like the conscience or something.
Oh yeah, because like I'm looking at it now. Remember, Poppy is the one who got in Serena's circle and brought her around and all that type of shit. So yeah, she definitely the bad one. So Blair and Chuck wake up. They drove to whatever camp. I thought she was in like a rehab center or something like that. They drove out there. They woke up. He's like, stay in the car. Yeah. And then they go back into being and they like, you still love me.
Yeah,
back. But I'm like, man, I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah.
But it's also good. Y'all just both be spies. Like
I know y'all could be two spies.
Yeah.
And then
spies visiting Harriet the spy.
Yeah. But yeah, he did kind of hit Blair with the like she had to think about it.
Yeah. So she stay in the car. He's like, you stay in the car. I'm gonna go talk to her. So Serena tests Gabriel. They in the bed. That
was slick.
They just smashed, and Serena was like, "Yeah, I mean, Georgina got that red hair."
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, I can't forget it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Gabriel, that fucked up.
And then Serena, she got up and left too soon. So he knew that she knew at that point.
Yeah,
like, Serena, you got to act a little bit better, your damn self.
I know she should have at least like. I get it though, because if I was her, I would have been like, "Ew, this dude's crazy. Let me get the hell up out of here." Yeah. Even though she should have figured that out.
So he failed the test. They go and he look around. He goes, "What is this place?" And everybody got Christian T-shirts on. Yeah. Georgina, he's like, "This is a Christian camp." Yeah. Chuck like, "Bitch, you bullshit."
I know you. You fake. You know you faking it for these. Jesus. What do you think? You think she's faking it?
Of course, I know she's faking it.
Yeah.
There's no way that she's legitimately talking about, I'm saved, man. I prayed over everything that I did. Man, come on, man. Get out of here.
That shit was hilarious.
Bullshit.
Hey, that tied in with our religious conversation earlier.
Yeah, so Blair took off in a limo. He left her there. Yeah. And then he goes, she was like, you were with Blair?
Yeah, and that's how you know she's like...
Yeah, she's like, no, that shit's still in my head. I can't give it up.
Blair fucked her up. Remember, she put her in that camp.
She can't stand Blair.
Yeah.
I guess I go into the city. It's my day off.
Why not? Why not?
That shit was funny. Because Chuck knows, like, man, you avoided prison time. Yeah. Or something. Like, you avoided going back to, like, some other type of juvenile hall camp.
Is that what it was? Like, basically, like, if I do this shit, then I can get out of this boot camp shit. Yeah, that makes sense.
She didn't want to go to the boot camp. Boot camp would have made it tough, though. Imagine her coming out of that boot camp.
That would have been tight. Yeah. And then she was just like hardcore.
Yeah, it's like oh, I'm really about to stab all of y'all.
Yeah.
It ain't no more manipulation. I'm coming at you with knives.
I'm coming in hard. Yeah. Like that would have been tight.
So Poppy pulls up to the hotel with Gabriel.
Yeah.
And they sitting there working and shit, like, and then Gabriel's
Kikiing.
like, "You fucked me up. I didn't even know like that place Butter was closed."
Yeah. What the
Like,
fuck is butter
what the fuck is
anyway?
butter? I don't even know what butter is. You talking about butter?
That made me laugh.
Like, yeah, they, you know, that this one we see that they in cahoots.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we knew that they was in cahoots, but
But
we
now it's
really
like
see,
all in the open,
all in
and
the
they're
open,
like
yeah.
the plan's falling apart.
Yeah.
They can feel it. Serene called them like
She called and left a voicemail that quick. Like, "Hey, I'm coming back to your hotel. I need to talk to you about something." He's like, "Quick, get out of here!"
Yeah.
And then the fucking the door knocked.
Yeah.
And they think it's Serena. And he goes, "Oh, did you
That is
forget
my
something?"
man.
It's fucking Rufus. But it's not. And then it's not even a humdinger to me. It's not even a humdinger. It's like,
I just like when I ring the
bro,
bell.
this shit made me so sad, bro. Because he answered.
did.
He's like, "I just wanted to deliver you my check, myself in a dirty ass envelope." And,
I know. He's like, yeah, you know, he's like rubbing the
Yeah.
smut off of it.
Yeah, it's like I had
It
to
fell on the
use
floor a
I had
couple
to use
times
it
in the
as a
subway.
napkin. Here's my check. Here's my check. This is everything I got, man.
That shit was
Double
heartbreaking
it for
because it's
me.
like, no, Rufus, don't.
Please don't.
I tell you what, Rufus gonna beat that dude's ass when he find out what
Listen, I
happened.
hope so. But I'm looking at Gabriel's eyes when he sees it. He's just like, "Come on, Rufus, don't do this." So here's what I'm hoping for with that situation. We'll come back to it. Rufus pulls up to the check. Jenny brings the engagement ring.
Yeah.
The Humphreys have a sweet moment. And Ruth thinks all the
we want
problems
you to
are
get
solved.
married. Yeah, and he's like, I'm getting money. I gotta connect. He's like, it's all good. I got this
I got
connect.
everything. I got to connect. We about to be
His
on.
name's Gabriel. He's named after the angel.
Here's what I think that's going to happen. Here's what I'm hoping that happens.
Right.
When all this shit hits the fan, probably in the season finale coming up or whatever, like, I'm hoping that Gabriel found it in his heart to, like, drop that check back off to Rufus
Oh,
before he dips out or something.
Interesting.
Because I know they're going to get caught.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Don't answer it. I just hope he does.
I hope that happens. Also, I hope Rufus goes crazy. on
Yeah,
Gabriel.
and tries to kill Gabriel.
Yeah, because Gabriel's. I don't like that shit. I'm realizing scamming is a weak ass criminal
weak.
thing.
It's
I don't
weak.
like that shit. I don't
Scamming
like
is
the
a-
scamming vibes.
Scamming is a weak ass thing. If you out here scamming and you're like you're preying on unsuspecting people,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of weak ass crimes.
Yeah.
But when you're doing something like that, like if you're robbing people at gunpoint, that's bad too
Yeah.
because it's just cowardly.
Yeah.
But scamming is like extremely just like you're just low.
It's just like slimy. Like
you're a slime ball. You're a scumbag. You're like
Yeah.
if you scam, especially like old people who don't really know shit, and you're just like robbing them if they like you're scum. You're lower than low. You're dirt.
dirt.
You're dirt.
You're worms. Your food. Your rat food.
And whenever you see your rat food, and whenever you see dirt in your house, grab your Patra sponges and clean them up.
Clean it up.
You won't take my sponge. You won't take my sponge. You won't take my sponge.
You won't take my sponge.
Yeah. Now, that's the end of the episode.
All right. Oh wait, did we talk about my shit? They showed shade to Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah, they threw shade a couple times politically. It's like,
Yeah.
they threw shade at George Bush.
Oh, they did.
And
Because
just saying-
we're now fully in Obama era now.
Yeah, and
I
it was
think.
like they were talking about the recession.
Yeah.
Well, Blair was like, "I can't believe you're about to make me meet Georgina with Nancy Pelosi."
Yeah.
here." And then Dan, when he was laying on the ground after they had drank all that water and those,
Yeah.
like
That was
They
ridiculous.
was like, "Oh, because of some idiot president that we just had for a long time." I was like, "Damn, man, getting at my boy George Bush, George
George
W.
W, you know what I'm
we
saying?
from the South."
You know he be painting now.
Yeah, he'd be painting pictures.
He's
of
he's all
dogs
we
and
got. No, it's great. But they did, I'm glad they brought that up because people try to blame Obama for that shit, but he
Yeah.
did that shit.
Yeah, George Bush definitely.
That was a rough time. That affected me because I just graduated college right when that happened.
That didn't
I
affect
couldn't
me.
Get, couldn't get no job.
I had just graduated high school. And I was working at Rite Aid.
Yeah. And yeah, you was, you worked at Grade A too?
I worked at Rite Aid, yeah.
I worked
Rite
at
Aid and
drugstore,
Hollywood
too.
Video. Yeah.
I feel like we had the same life.
You worked at Rite Aid?
Yeah, I worked at Eckerd's.
Oh,
which is
Eckerd's,
That's
yeah.
Rite Aid, right?
That's crazy. You ever work at a drugstore, Rochelle? Well, get you a job at a drugstore.
Yeah. Do you need to sign your paperwork so you can work?
Yeah.
All right, let's do these ratings because I thought my mind would change after we talked about it, but it didn't. So I'll give this shit a 2X. 2X XOs. I hated this episode. I really did. Because I feel like, you know what I feel like? Gabriel and Poppy, to me, like, the show just took a complete turn, like, from the whole season. Like, It just is like now this character, this close to the end of the season, is just about this guy, this scammer guy.
But it kind of did that same shit last year with the Duke.
They did, yeah. Maybe that's what they do.
They always introduce somebody at the end of the season.
Yeah, and then it gets like humdingery.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we about to enter, we got 2 more episodes this season. And
Yeah.
we about to enter into season 3. Can you believe we've been doing the show?
I know, it didn't feel that we've like been doing that long.
Yeah. We about to enter into
Because we
season
do
3.
it every week.
And you know it's finna be, you know we finna have to suffer through 10 episodes of bullshit.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, nah. It's gonna be like Gabriel. Oh, yeah. What do you mean, like?
Gabriel, get that food. Gabriel, kidnap that food.
But yeah, like Poppy. That does make me wonder though if Poppy whole plan this whole time was this.
Yeah, 'cause she was like, let's infiltrate Serena's world.
I think we're gonna find out in this next episode. I'm
I
sure.
think so, too.
So
We got
I'm gonna
two
get it 2 XOs because it just wasn't interesting at any point. And I think Rufus was being. I didn't like the way Rufus was. I felt bad for Rufus. I didn't like
I
that.
feel bad for him. So
All right.
that's
XOXO. XOXO.
I'm gonna score a little bit.
That hurts to do it that low.
I'm gonna score a little bit higher than you, and give it 2.67 XOXO.
Okay.
Because I did think it was some humdingerish moments, you know.
XOXO. XOXO.
Rochelle, what do you give? You watched it?
I watched it while cleaning my room.
With
So
the,
you
with the
wasn't really
patch for
paying
sponge? You won't take my sponge. You won't take.
It gave me good company, and I will give it a 3.
Okay. So
All
that's
right. XOXO. XOXO. XOXO.
Okay.
All right.
There you
Oh
go.
man, I forgot to do the
Decent
news.
ratings.
I
You
forgot.
didn't do no news today? We don't have no news?
Nah, I forgot to look it up.
That's fine. We don't need news every time. I got some news for your ass, though. Go to CNN.com. Go to the search bar and type in these motherfucking nuts. Good night.
That was a Headgum podcast.